Real estate cannot be lost or stolen, nor can it be carried away. Purchased with common sense, paid for in full, and managed with reasonable care, it is about the safest investment in the world. Hey there, future real estate moguls. Today, we're diving into a topic that many of you have asked for: how to invest in real estate without having a huge pile of cash up front.
But the reason I had to learn to raise money was because I had no money. And so if you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, in there, my rich dad always said, never say, I can't afford it. And it was my rich dad and many of my teachers subsequent to that. They said, lazy people always say, I can't afford it.
Yes, you heard that right. We're going to explore some savvy strategies that can help you get started in the real estate game, even if you're short on funds. So, if you're ready to learn some creative ways to enter the world of real estate investing, make sure to hit that like button and let's get right into it. 1. The power of wholesaling. Our first strategy is all about wholesaling. Wholesaling involves finding great real estate deals and then assigning those deals to other investors for a fee. This way, you don't actually need to purchase the property yourself. Instead, you're acting as a middle person connecting sellers and buyers. To start wholesaling, you'll need to learn how to identify distressed properties, negotiate effectively, and build a network of investors. Remember, your profit comes from the assignment fee, so make sure the numbers work for everyone involved. 90% of all millionaires become so through owning real estate.
My poor dad, my PhD father, he always said to me, he says, I'd be a rich man if I didn't have you kids. And I said, well, Dad, it's not my fault you had kids. I just can't afford it because I have kids. And the more he said that, the angrier I got. So when I met my rich dad at age 9, he says, well, that's why your old man's poor, because he's lazy.
2. The art of house hacking. Another fantastic strategy is house hacking. This is a great option for those who want to live in one unit of a multi-unit property while renting out the others. Essentially, your tenants help cover your mortgage and other expenses. House hacking can significantly reduce your living costs and can even potentially lead to living for free while building equity and gaining landlord experience. It's tangible, it's solid, it's beautiful. It's artistic, from my standpoint, and I just love real estate.
House. Here's our cute little house. It's a three-dimensional house because I'm fancy. You bought the house for $100,000 and you put down 20%. So you bought it for the $100,000 value. You put down 20%, which is $20,000 down. That's a horrible dollar sign. Meaning you're left with an $80,000 loan, or mortgage as we call it. Now, because you bought a property that has cash flow, the first wealth generator, let's say you're also now, at the end of the day, you're making $200 every month in cash flow, which is $2,400 per year. We'll call it $2,400 per year in cash flow. You're a millionaire. Just kidding. No, but this is where it starts, right? All right, so after 1 year, you've now made $2,400. Good for you, right? But there's more to that, right? Because during that time, your loan balance dropped from owing like $80,000. That's actually dropped down because over time the loan gets paid down, right? So you started at 80, but in fact after that time you only owe about $78,500. So you've made about $1,500 just on loan pay down. But at the same time, prices tend to go up on average. So where the property was worth $100,000, you now after 1 year, we'll say on average 3% appreciation, it's now worth $103,000. So let's add all that together, right? So you've had $3,000 in value here, you've added $1,500 there, and $2,400 in cash flow. So really, during the first year, you've now $6,900. You've actually added $6,900 to your net worth.
3. Tapping into seller financing. Now, let's talk about seller financing. This involves the property owner acting as the bank and financing your purchase directly. Instead of getting a traditional mortgage, you make payments directly to the seller. Seller financing can be a win-win situation. Sellers can sell their property faster, and you get to invest without the need for a large down payment. Just remember to negotiate the terms carefully to ensure they align with your investment goals. Buy when everyone else is selling and hold until everyone else is buying. That's not just a catchy slogan. It's the very essence of successful investing.
That over time, the value of the property, we'll call this the value of the property, was at, we'll call it $100,000. It's climbing in value 3% per year. But the loan, which was at $80,000, is actually going down each year as well. This spread right here is known as equity, and this increases over time the longer you hold it. In fact, here by year 10, it's actually worth about $130,000, but you only owe about $60,000 on the property, which means just alone there, you've got about $70,000 in equity. Now add on the fact that that's over 10 years, right? Over 10 years, you've also made $2,400 a month in cash flow every single year, or $2,400 a year in cash flow, which is another $24,000. So by this point, you've gotten $94,000 in wealth built from that one property.
4. Exploring lease options. Lease options, also known as rent-to-own, are another creative way to enter real estate investing. With this strategy, you lease a property with the option to buy it at a predetermined price within a specific time frame. During the lease period, you can work on improving the property and building equity. Just be sure to have a solid contract that outlines all the terms and conditions to protect your interests. Real estate is an imperishable asset, ever increasing in value. It is the most solid security that human ingenuity has devised.
Now I know a lot of you are thinking, 10 years of work and you only made 100 grand? That's gonna take me 100 years to get to $1 million. Well, here's the cool thing. This is just one simple, cheap little property. I mean, once you figure out how to do one deal, you can do another and another and another. And furthermore, you don't have to stay small with a $100,000 house. In fact, what if you were to buy a $500,000 small apartment complex or even a $500,000 house? The same principles apply. Over time, the value tends to go up and the loan tends to get paid down. So you're paying off a little bit more every month and add a little bit more in value every single month. And you're getting wealthier. And that is how you become a millionaire through rental properties.
Conclusion. And there you have it, aspiring real estate investors, several clever strategies to help you break into the real estate market without needing a ton of upfront capital. Wholesaling, house hacking, seller financing, and lease options can all be powerful tools in your investment toolbox. Remember, while these strategies can be incredibly effective, they do require knowledge, research, and careful planning. Real estate investing always involves some level of risk, so it's crucial to do your homework and possibly consult with professionals before making any big decisions. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more tips, insights, and strategies on all things real estate. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy investing.